Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are taking on a highly specific, highly technical, and absolutely ruthless challenge. We are diving deep into the Cambridge AS and A-Level Arabic language syllabus, specifically Paper Code 8680, Passage 1. The target? We are absolutely mastering the grammatical manipulation section. Look, we are here to treat this syllabus like a competitive esport and perfectly optimize your exam strategy right up against the clock. If you have ever been sitting in that exam hall and you felt like the countdown timer is just this unbeatable final boss draining your energy, well, you are in the exact right place. Today, we are going to look at exactly how to pace yourself, how to maximize your marks per minute, and how to execute flawless, high-velocity structural routes that Cambridge examiners literally cannot help but reward. We're going to optimize your reading speeds, deploy rapid essay frameworks, and eliminate every single wasted action so you can conquer this high-tariff section before the time limit hits 0. Let's boot up the UI and dive right in.
5. That is the exact number of marks on the table for this grammatical manipulation section. Now, you might be looking at that and thinking, hey, it's a deceptively small number, right? Just 5 marks. But let me tell you, in the grand arena of the Cambridge assessment metrics, 5 marks is a massive, high-stakes payload. It is often the absolute critical difference between getting stuck at a B grade and accelerating into an A grade. It is literally a full grade boundary sitting right there, waiting to be claimed. But here is the catch, and it's a huge one. The examiners know exactly how valuable this is, and they have intentionally designed this section to be a serious, run-killing time sink. If you go into this paper without a perfectly optimized routing strategy, you are going to spend 15 minutes trying to squeeze out these 5 marks. And if you do that, you are completely destroying your pacing and your mark velocity for the rest of the paper. You'll run out of time on the heavy essay sections. So, our core objective today is to secure this 5-mark payload with absolute efficiency, keeping our active run timer totally in the green.
All right, here are our active run splits and map layout for today's session. First, dissecting the route metrics. Second, dodging examiner time sinks. Third, technical methodology. Fourth, the co-op arena. Fifth, the method mark hack. And finally, we hit the victory screen. Section 1, dissecting the route metrics. Let's hit the pregame lobby and look at the map layout. Okay, so the core principal examiner's demand for a top-tier run is what we call transferable conceptual understanding. This isn't just about memorizing a basic grammar rule from a textbook and pasting it onto the page. No way. It is about integrating precise grammatical definitions with cross-topic syllabus areas to show absolute mastery over completely unfamiliar contexts. The foundational architecture of the grammatical manipulation test rests entirely on causal relationships. You have to show how one change forces another change. For example, let's say you are asked to change a sentence from the active to the passive voice in Arabic. You can't just change the verb. You have to show that you understand the ripple effect. The subject, or the file, is dropped completely, and the object, the maf'ul bi, actually takes its place and inherits its nominative or marfu case ending. Principal examiner reports explicitly highlight that candidates who demonstrate this fluid, dynamic understanding of case endings achieve significantly higher mark multipliers. You aren't just showing you know a static rule, you are proving you can deploy it dynamically within a live text. That is what accelerates your score. Section 2. Dodging examiner time sinks. Let's look at the critical performance leaks. Examiner alert. Look at this massive insider tip straight from the Cambridge Principal Examiner Report. They say even if your final answer is wrong, method marks can save you. So many students ruin their mark velocity because they try to jump straight to the final, perfectly translated, grammatically flawless Arabic sentence. And then if they make one tiny spelling error or they miss a single tashkil vowel mark, they panic and think they've lost everything. No, absolutely not. Failing to show your structural working is an immediate drop in grade potential. By laying out your analytical method, step by step, you are literally putting on armor. You are securing points, even if the final execution misses the mark slightly. Method marks are your safety net in this speed run.
So to keep your run alive, you need to avoid the performance leaks. There are 3 crucial traps to dodge here, which we call the top 3 enemy debuffs. Debuff number 1. Using the wrong approach for the given context. This happens when you see a familiar word, you trigger your pre-memorized textbook response, but you completely ignore the specific context of passage 1. That is an immediate marking penalty. Debuff number 2, forgetting strict formatting conventions and proper headings. The Cambridge Assessment Framework prioritizes logical, structured reasoning above all else. If you drop the appropriate terminology, like failing to correctly identify a mubtada or a khabar in your explanation, your mark velocity absolutely plummets. They want the precise terminology, not a vague description. And debuff number 3, writing answers that are not specific to the stimulus text. Examiners want analytical depth. If your answer is so generic that it could apply to literally any Arabic text ever written, it is not specific enough to earn the marks for this specific stimulus.
Section 3. Technical Methodology. Time to lock in our procedural framework.
All right, if you want to clear the paragraph layout before the screen buffer locks out, here is your high-scoring 3-hit combo. Step 1. Deconstruct the question and extract data. You do not just passively read the stimulus material, you mine it for data. Step 2. Solve systematically using a clear analytical framework. You take the Arabic sentence and you break it down into its logical, grammatical components like a puzzle. Step 3. Evaluate results and check for reasonableness. Does the new sentence structure maintain the original meaning of the text? Top-scoring candidates demonstrate evaluative thinking by constantly questioning their structural changes and justifying their decisions with hard evidence from the text. This deconstruct, solve, evaluate loop is the absolute fastest structural path to execute grammatical arguments.
Now, let's trigger a live time trial workshop. Let's call this the 60-second trend extraction. I want you to visualize a highly complex Cambridge source text block. Here is exactly how your combo maps out against the clock to budget your marks per minute allocation. A visual 60-second countdown timer starts right now. At 0 seconds, you scan the command words. You find the verb. Are they asking you to extract an edific construct, or are they asking you to change the tense? Figure it out instantly. At 20 seconds, you extract the exact phrase from passage 1. No extra words, just the data you need. By 45 seconds, you execute your notation. This means applying the correct Arabic grammatical adjustments, like adding the correct prefixes for verb tense changes and adjusting the grammatical case endings accordingly. And right at the 60-second mark, you verify the context. Does this actually fit the stimulus paragraph? Mastering this 60-second microloop is how you completely outpace examiner expectations.
Section 4. The Co-op Arena. Let's see this in action.
Okay, I'm bringing 2 players, Alex and Sam, into our live co-op challenge arena. We are going to do a spot the performance leak exercise right now. We need to clear this paragraph layout before the time limit hits 0. Let's compare their routing. Alex is player 1. Alex plays it safe, maybe a little too safe. Alex slows down to write out these long, basic textbook definitions of Arabic grammar rules, like extensively defining what a sifa, or adjective, is, but totally fails to actually apply it to the text. It's theoretically correct, but it provides superficial breadth without stimulus context. Boom! Massive time loss. Now look at Sam, player 2. Sam is going for a high-velocity output, throwing an analytical thesis link straight onto the page to maximize score acceleration. But Sam skips the strict formatting terminology entirely. The speed is there, but the score drops because the examiner compliance is completely missing. They failed to actually name the grammatical shift happening. Both of them are bleeding marks right now.
So I am stepping in as the coach here to fix their routing. The optimal path balances Sam's speed with Alex's exactness. The mark scheme checkpoints demand that you identify similarities and differences, use comparative connectives, and support absolutely everything with evidence directly from passage 1. Think of deploying a structured approach: point, evidence, explanation, and link. The Peel structure is your ultimate optimization template. For example, if the point is a change in plurality, your evidence is extracting the singular noun from the text. Your explanation details the exact addition of wow and noon to create the sound masculine plural. And your link connects it right back to the required case ending in the sentence. By using this framework, you smoothly transition into your arguments, you stop writing useless descriptive fluff, and you are forced to include the required terminology. It creates a pristine, impenetrable block of high-scoring analysis that easily clears the mark scheme checkpoints.
Section 5. The Method Mark Hack.
Time split check! We are hitting a pause switch on the active run timer right now. Before we execute this final top band paragraph and lock in an A-star grade velocity, you need to optimize your subscription feed. Subscribe to Ace the Exams at Ace the Exams right now and turn on all notifications. No matter if you are running IGCSE, O-Levels, AS, or A-Levels, this channel is your tracking center to outpace the clock and beat the examiners. Okay, timer's back on. Let's talk about the method mark hacker strategy. There is a critical mathematical balance between process marks and final answer marks. Process marks come from extracting data, formatting correctly, and using proper terminology. Final answer marks come from absolute grammatical perfection in your Arabic syntax. The secret hack here is realizing that the process is worth just as much, if not more, than the final grammatical perfection.
Listen, even if you encounter a structural roadblock mid-paragraph and your final syntax, maybe you put the wrong vowel mark on the very last letter, is slightly off, applying the correct analytical framework and clear notation completely saves your run. The process marks act as a shield against final answer penalties. You get the points for showing the examiner how the engine works, even if the paint job at the end has a scratch on it.
Section 6. The victory screen.
All right, Alex and Sam have adjusted their topic sentences, executed the peel structure, and we are watching their mark velocity tracker hit 100%. To ensure your success is repeatable across every single past paper, I am distilling today's session into 3 universal optimization rules. Rule number 1, the 60-second command word scan. Never, ever start writing without knowing exactly what the verb is asking you to do grammatically. Rule number 2, the marks per minute budget allocation. You have exactly 5 marks to gain. Do not spend 20 minutes on them. Use the deconstruct, solve, evaluate combo to move fast and stay within budget. And rule number 3, the final quality review pass. Take 5 minutes at the end of your section to question your assumptions and ensure your specific grammatical evidence actually matches the passage 1 stimulus context perfectly. Stick to these core principles and you will outpace the clock and beat the Cambridge examiners every single time.
We've cleared the stage, but the grind doesn't stop. I want to hear from you. Which specific Cambridge unit framework do you find the hardest to clear under time pressure? Drop your answer in the comments below right now so we can strategize for our next run. And don't forget to subscribe to Ace the Exams at Ace the Exams and click that notification bell for weekly speedrun tutorials. Keep optimizing, keep your mark velocity high, and we will see you in the next explainer.